All right, in this clip, we're going to talk about application for brick. And we always want to start off with using water, especially if you're uncomfortable with getting started off using the stain. This is a good way for you to practice and to get comfortable with how to apply the stain, because the stain and water is pretty much about the same consistency. It's a lot different than working with a paint or something like that. So I always start off, when I'm starting with a new person, they always start off practicing with water, which is just use your regular old tap water. I use the brush, same brush that we use out of the kit that you purchased. And again, these are relatively inexpensive brushes you can use anywhere. You don't need to get anything fancy, horsehair brushes or anything like that. These are all just things you can get just at the normal convenience store. So when you're starting off with brick, you want to stir really well once you get your stain going. And you always want to drain into you. Again, same way as you did with the mortar joint. With the brick, you want to go ahead and drain it into you. Never away from you, because if you get it away, sometimes you'll splash and you'll get it up on the wall. I'd rather get on you than the wall. Drain yourself into you. And then you'll want to kind of train your brush across the top, because sometimes some of the bristles will get loose. And sometimes those will get in the mortar joint. If you're right-handed, you'll want to always work eye level. Keep eye level with your work. You'll want to start at the left edge of the brick and always pull across to the other edge. And then if you need any touch-ups, then you can go back and do any little minor touch-ups that you can. You don't want to start and stop and go back and do a touch-up, because that'll leave a line right there in the middle of your brick, and you don't want that to have that happen. Again, you want to make sure you stir, and the draining well is very key. You want to make sure you drain that brush really, really well, before you start applying. If you don't drain the brush really well and just dip it in there, you'll get it running down the wall into the mortar joint. If that happens, you got shop towels that we normally would use. You can buy these anywhere, Walmart, Meijer, any convenience store, and you can get it damp, and as soon as you get it on the brick or on the mortar joint, you can wash it off. And again, thank goodness this is water. If it was stain, you'd have a big mess running down the wall, and you don't want that. So again, the key is to drain it out really well, good 4 or 5 times. Train it across. Sometimes you'll get a gap in your brush. You'll want to try to close that in there. And again, you want to start and you want to pull across. If you're right-handed, from left to right. If you're left-handed, you'll want to start at the right edge and pull across. You don't want to start going this way, because it's hard to stay nice. It's hard to stay neat. You always want to pull your brush across. And then once you get to that final edge, then you can go back and do touch-ups. You always want to scatter your brick. You never want to do 3 to 4 brick in a row. Typically what we recommend to people is the star pattern, which you would start here, and then you would do a brick down here to your right, down here, over here, and down here. And typically we'll do 3 to 4 brick, and then we'll re-dip. It all depends on that last brick, how much you're getting out of your cup. You may be able to do more than 4 brick. So again, you want to drain really well. Stay focused. You don't have to go fast. And you always want to scatter. And working with water will just help you feel more comfortable with how you're staining brick. Feel more comfortable getting a good stroke down. And just being more consistent and giving yourself a nice looking wall. And that's pretty much how we do it with water.